First, I want to go over my keybinds for my keyboard, just in case it would be beneficial to those of you on a keyboard or hitbox, since hitbox is basically the same thing. If you don't care, or if you're on a different device, then you can skip to the next chapter, or part of the video in the time link, and it'll get straight into the technique. Otherwise, my keybinds from left to right are AWER, pinky to index finger, and on my right hand it would be from index finger to pinky, left to right, JIOP. And for A, I have dust, W is 4 or left, E is down or 2, R is right or 6. So, and then J is my punch, I is my kick, O is my heavy slash, S is my slash. And then my thumbs, my left thumb I have on my spacebar, which is up or 8. And for my right thumb, it is on M, which is my dash macro. Okay, so step 1, 2 and 4S. That's pretty easy, right? Now step 2 is going to have 2 parts. The first part will be with my left hand, and the second part will be with my right hand. But they'll be performed at the same time in the technique. I'm just explaining my left hand first, and then I'm explaining my right hand after. So, you input 2 and 4S. Last button you're hitting before releasing it is the back button, right? So, right after you release the back button, when you input 2 and 4S, you want to immediately hold down. And keep it held down, because it'll be important for the next step. So, 2 and 4S, down, and hold it. So it'll look like that. Now with your right hand, you're basically doing the same thing. So when you press 2 and 4S, right after you release the S, you want to immediately press and hold down HS. So you'll be holding down and HS. It'll look like that. So at the beginning of step 3, you should have HS and the down button both held. So first, you want to let go of both buttons at the same time. So release down and HS, looks like that. Release down and HS. And then immediately after, I'll do it slowly here so you can see, but you have to do it immediately after. Immediately after releasing down and HS, like so, you press down again and hold it for the next step, actually. So just make sure this is held, and then press P. So immediately after releasing HS and down, you want to go ahead and immediately press down, and then in quick succession press P, and make sure you're still holding down by the end of this. So again, release down and HS, and then immediately press down and hold it, and then press P, and you can release P. You don't need to hold P. But it should be fast. It shouldn't look like that. You shouldn't see 2 separate inputs like that. It should look like that, like 1 input. You just want to make sure the down comes out first, and then P. Otherwise, you'll just get P in steady aim stance, which does nothing. So, release down in HS, down P, and then you hold down. So it should look something like this altogether. If you do it too slowly, nothing will happen. See? It's because you're holding down already, so instead of having to hold down or to press down twice like you do normally to reload, since you're already holding down, when you release it along with HS and fire, you just have to press down one more time, and you've already pressed down twice, basically. That's what the game counts. So, at the beginning of step 4, you should be holding down and nothing else. If you did everything right, it should look like that. and you should be holding down. So, the reason you're holding down here is because now the next step is step 4, and you need to go into steady aim stance again. Unfortunately, this is not something that I can really explain to you. You're just going to have to do it through trial and error, because it's a specific timing that you can go into steady aim. So let me just show. So that's just one loop, right? You shot. That's what we just did. So now you're holding down because it makes it as fast as possible to go right into steady aim stance again, to restart the loop. So step 4 is going right into steady aim stance. So basically it's just step 1 again. You're just holding down from step 1 this time. So step 1 was just doing 214S. This time you're just basically at step 1.5. You're just holding down. The only difference is now you have to time it so that you can get the link from guard crush to guard crush. And this is something that you'll have to do yourself. I can tell you that you cannot cancel into it immediately after you reload, so don't do it immediately after. Like after you press down and punch, you shouldn't be trying to do 214S immediately. Like a good place to start, I think, is for the visual animation of when the gun goes back, goes all the way up. It's like vertical when he reloads right there. Right here. Now. Now. So once you see that animation, I think it's safe to input it there. That's a good place to start. But from there, you'll just have to feel it out and figure out the timing based on your own muscle memory. Alright, so that is the last step. After that, you just repeat the process. If you want to make it easier for yourself, you can just start the entire process with down held so that it's easier for your mind to transition from one loop to the next. But I would recommend practicing each step by itself before moving on to the next one. And don't go for speed. That's a big mistake. You want to go slowly first. Get the motions down, and then the speed will come with time.